Noodles look simple, but each strand carries a story that started thousands of years ago. In northern China, archaeologists uncovered the oldest known noodles, over 4,000 years old, hand-shaped from millet. From that beginning, noodle making spread across cultures, morphing into countless styles and becoming a global staple. Today, high-throughput factories turn out millions of servings with remarkable precision. So, how does all that actually work? We'll trace it from grain to package, following the steps that turn a few basics into a shelf-stable, ready-to-cook meal. You'll see how modern lines manage temperature, moisture, structure, and speed, science at scale. By the end, every bite will make more sense. Production begins with wheat flour, but not just any kind. Factories choose medium protein flour, about 10 to 11.5%, for a gluten network that's stretchy, not rubbery. Each batch is checked for moisture and particle size before it ever hits the line. Then comes kansui, an alkaline salt solution that shifts the chemistry in our favor. Raising the pH boosts chew and lends that familiar golden hue. Formulas may also add salt, gar gum, or trace nutrients, tuned to local regulations and texture targets. Water is metered and misted into the flour during mixing for even hydration. Unlike bread dough, the goal isn't a smooth ball, it's uniform, crumbly granules with consistent moisture. Those crumbs rest for about 15 minutes, relax, and become ready for sheeting. From here, the dough runs a gauntlet of heavy rollers. This is where gluten alignment kicks in. The sheet thins step by step, from about 4 millimeters down to under 1 millimeter. That gradual squeeze prevents tears and locks in a consistent bite. At target thickness, cutters slice the sheet into strands. A wave roller adds the crimp, so noodles pack tighter and rehydrate faster later on. Next, the noodle bands enter a controlled steam tunnel. Pressurized steam sets surface starches and begins cooking, without turning the strands mushy. On a moving conveyor, directed steam jets bathe the noodles evenly for about 1 to 2 minutes. Temperature stays near 100 degrees C, and timing is everything. Too short leaves a raw core, too long makes noodles sticky or prone to breaking. The goal is precise gelatinization, just enough to lock in structure and resilience for the next stage. After steaming, noodles split into two paths, fried or hot air dried, depending on the product. For fried noodles, the classic instant blocks, the strands pass through an oil bath at about 140 degrees Celsius for just seconds. The flash fry drives off moisture, puffs the noodle matrix, and sets that final bite and texture. That porosity is why they rehydrate so fast at home. Final moisture lands around 3 to 5%, low enough to stay shelf-stable for months. For non-fried varieties, hot air drying is used instead. In staged tunnels, 60 to 90 degrees Celsius air sweeps over the noodles to dry them evenly. Humidity is tightly controlled to avoid case hardening, no dry shell trapping moisture inside. Drying can take up to 45 minutes, and non-fried noodles finish around 10 to 12% moisture, still safe from microbial growth. Throughout the process, quality teams track every variable, from raw flour to final packs. Before production begins, flour batches are tested for protein and ash levels. During steaming, teams sample noodles hourly to confirm firmness and cookability. After drying or frying, oil content, moisture, and noodle weight are measured with high-speed analyzers. Plants run daily microbiological checks. Any deviation triggers a full-line inspection. Packaging is where speed meets precision. Cooked and dried noodles are portioned, typically into 75-gram blocks, then placed into pouches or cups. Seasoning sachets are placed by robotic arms calibrated to sub-gram accuracy. Some lines use nitrogen flushing to remove oxygen before sealing, extending shelf life by limiting oxidation. Seals are verified with vacuum tests, then every pack passes X-ray or metal detection before boxing. Inside every cup or pouch is more than a quick meal. It's chemistry, physics, and engineering working together so you get perfect noodles fast. They're designed to hydrate quickly, cook evenly, and deliver the same result, whether you're in a humid tropic or a dry winter kitchen. 3 minutes isn't magic. It's pore structure, surface area, and water pathways engineered to bring heat and moisture to the core in record time. Fast facts. The world slurps over 120 billion servings of instant noodles every year. That's more than 16 servings for every person on Earth. The top consumer is China, followed by Indonesia, India, Japan, and the United States close behind. It all took off in 1958 when Momofuku Ando launched the first instant ramen in Japan, and by 1971, the cup format arrived, turning hot water plus noodles into a global habit. When you pour in hot water, you're reactivating a precisely pre-cooked, dried network that springs back to life on cue. Ingredient balance, moisture targets, and structure all align so it works the same way, every time, everywhere. If this made your next bowl taste smarter, tap subscribe, and toss a like for good measure.